It was a dark and stormy night in Norway. The sky was illuminated by flashes of lightning, and the thunder boomed like the drums of an army marching to war. The wind howled like a pack of wolves, and the rain pelted the ground like an onslaught of arrows. The people of the small village huddled together in their homes, afraid to venture out into the tempestuous weather. The only sound that could be heard was the crackling of the fireplaces and the occasional rumble of thunder. Suddenly, the silence was broken by a loud, shrill scream coming from outside. The villagers were terrified, but one brave soul decided to take a look outside. He opened the door, and was met with a sight that no eyes should ever have to witness. A giant, monstrous creature with the body of a man and the head of a wolf stood in the center of the village square. It was Fenrir, the monstrous wolf. The monster let out a loud guttural roar, and the villagers screamed in terror. Fenrir raised his paw. The ground shook violently as he took a step forward. He opened his mouth, and a blast of icy cold air came out, freezing the villagers in their tracks. Fenrir then slowly began to circle the village as if he were hunting his prey. He moved with an eerie silence, and the villagers could feel his icy breath upon their skin. Suddenly, Fenrir stopped and stared directly at one of the villagers. The terrified man tried to run, but his feet were frozen to the spot. He could do nothing but watch as Fenrir opened his massive jaws and lunged towards him. The villagers screamed in terror, but it was too late. Fenrir had already grabbed the man in his jaws and swallowed him whole. Fenrir then let out a triumphant howl, before turning and disappearing into the night. The villagers were left in a state of shock, unable to believe what had just happened. From that day forward, the villagers were always on edge. They feared that Fenrir would return and take another life. They were right to be afraid, for Fenrir always did return, and he always took another life. So, if you ever find yourself in Norway on a dark and stormy night, be sure to stay inside and keep the fire burning, for Fenrir still lurks, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.